Today's topic, we're going to be talking about the framework for targeting your ideal client, right? What would the framework look like to targeting that ideal client that you want to work with, right? At the end of the day, we all have very specific clients that we enjoy working with. And life's short. Life is short. So you might as well work with people you want to work with, right? That's what it comes down to it. But there's a framework we follow to ensure that you are getting those type of clients, right? So I want you to write this down, top of your page, framework for targeting my ideal clients, right? And the first step I wrote down is, you need to know who you are and what you have to offer when it comes to your clients. You need to know who you are personally, right? So what are a couple of things you need to know about yourself is, number one is, do you know your elevator pitch? Do you know what that unique selling proposition that you offer? Have you written that down? Is it sketched? Do you know, hey, listen, this is my elevator pitch. If someone was to ask me, hey, why should I hire you versus ABC Realtor? Can you define that? Can you share with them in detail, hey, this is who I am as an agent, right? What is your business vibe, right? Like, who are you in your real estate business? Because what happens is that vibe will attract more of the people that are connected to you, more of that tribe, as Tom calls it, right? So your vibe, your business vibe will attract your tribe, right? So in essence, what we want to make sure is you need to be yourself, right? You really do need to be you. You don't need to be what you think the client wants you to be. So knowing who you are and what you offer them is key, right? You'll attract those that want to work with you simply by you being yourself, right? It doesn't matter what it is. If you are, more of a, hey, I want to be this professional. This is what I'm putting out there, right? Suit, tie, this is who I am, right? Put it out there. Or if you're more like, no, I'm more laid back, more of an easy approach. This is the kind of vibe that I have, right? Put that out there. Don't put out there the message of who you are not. Be you. So this is real key to finding people that you want to work more with, right? The beauty about this, of you being yourself, is you're going to dissuade any of those that don't want to work with you. And here's the thing, is you're not supposed to be helping everyone. There will be people that are going to look at you and say, well, this guy's not that professional. I really don't want to work with them. And that's fine. Because at the end of the day, right, you're not supposed to be helping everyone. You're just supposed to be helping those that really want to work with you, right? They see who you are and want to work with that. I love it. So the second thing, number two, is know the types of clients that you want to work with, and then create those types of avatars, right? So what are certain things that you should know about the client, right? Well, we're going to go, and look at, what price range do you want to work with, right? What price range do these people can afford? Am I into the luxury market, or am I into the first-time home buyer market, right? So know their price range and what they can afford. Know their profession. Take it to the next step. Are you targeting military as an example? Are you targeting teachers? Are you targeting business owners? Are you targeting investors? So what's their profession? Who are you focusing on? Next thing I wrote down is, know their current housing situation. Are they renters? Are they potential mover-uppers? Absentee owners? Who are they? Go further. Know their personality type. Are they expressives, amiables, analyticals, right? Or are you looking at driver personalities, right? What are their personality type, right? Key is also to know the area and adjust your geo farm. For example, if your ideal client should be no more than, I would say, 30 minutes away driving time. Right? Real key is know the area that you're going to work as well. So number two is knowing the types of clients that you want to work, and then creating those avatars for yourself. Okay. Third thing I wrote down when it comes to selecting your ideal client is take a look back at your past clients, survey your past clients, and then find out what they think of you. Ask them, ask them questions like, hey, am I referable? Would you refer me to your friends or family? Right? Get a little bit of a background of yourself. What did you do that perhaps your competition did not do and they really prefer that? Right? How did they work with you and how did they feel about working with you? Right? And how did that affect their life when working with you? When buying or selling a home with you in that entire experience. So doing a survey of your past clients, finding out what they think of you will help you in directing, hey, this is the type of client that I want to work with, right? Because you're having now a more of a direct approach to what your clients are seeing from you. So you might have this perception of yourself. You may have this perception of, hey, I am this type of agent. This is what I do. But when you ask your clients, they're like, not quite. Like they have a different perception of you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just need to understand what it is. How do the clients view you? And this will help in finding that ideal client for yourself, right? Now, the next thing is probably the most important one. I wrote down number 4, putting it back on the client and your ideal client. What are their problems? What are the issues that they're facing, right? And this is real important, right? You need to do a deep dive to understand their situation in today's marketplace, right? By understanding their problem or their issues, right? Of that ideal client that they're facing and what they're having gives you a clear picture on how you can help them, right? And I'll use an example, right? Let's pretend that after doing your research, that you really do a great job working with working with first-time home buyers. That would be your avatar client, working first-time home buyers. So then when you do your investigating, you're like, okay, what are the issues? What are the problems that first-time home buyers face, right? And, just looking at that, you may say that the problem that they're facing is they have no idea how the process works. They're buying a home for the first time. They don't know if they need to be pre-approved. They don't know, what should they be signing? What should they be doing? How much money do they put aside? They don't understand this. Do they have to pay the realtor, not pay the realtor? Like, what are their issues? So as a first-time home buyer, their problem is just they don't know. The advice that they're getting from Uncle Bob really isn't good advice. So their issue becomes, hey, I just don't know. Once you understand their issue, we go then to the next step. And the next step is, what are the solutions that you can provide? Right? What are the solutions you can provide to help this client? Right? How does your unique selling proposition, that's what that is, that solution is considered a unique selling proposition. How would it serve your ideal client? So ask yourself these questions, right? To help you kind of strategize, what would that look like? What would this unique selling proposition look like, right? First of all, what's the results that your clients want, but don't have right now? First-time home buyer is like, hey, I just need some guidance, need to know what to do, right? What are the problems that your clients have that and they don't want to have anymore, right? How do you fix that, right? Consider offering some counseling on this. So what's the consultation look like? What's the setup going to look like? Find ways to serve and be that knowledge broker for them, right? Share your specific home selling strategies as an example, right? In your business, right? Or maybe just share how you find homes in today's market where the inventory is low, right? So looking at that, what do you offer the client, whatever it may be. Now, for a first-time home buyer, as an example, that unique selling proposition, that thing that you serve them could simply be a first-time home buyer's guide. That would be the solution. It is a step-by-step professional approach to helping them buy their first home. That would be the unique selling proposition for our example of a first-time home buyer's guide. But for each client that you're looking at, each avatar, it would be something different, right? A mover upper, someone who's moving up, their dilemma may be more like, hey, do I sell first or do I buy first? What do I do? In today's marketplace, what is the good advice? Right? So then you need to come up with that unique selling proposition, that idea that, hey, folks, this is what you need to do to solve your problem. Now we go to the next step, okay? Step number 6. And step number 6 is once you determined their problem, once you determined your solution to their problem, that unique selling proposition, you got to give it its own identity now. It needs life. You got to breathe some life into it. So my question to you is, what are you going to call that unique selling proposition? What's its name? Right? Like I'm using the first-time home buyer's guide as an example. And maybe what you're going to do, you're going to say, hey, this is Moxie's first-time home buyer's guide, a professional approach to buying your first home, whatever it is. Like, what's the name you give that unique selling proposition, right? Once you do that, now you got to market this. So how do we market this? Well, step 1, create a landing page for this USP. Create a landing page for this unique selling proposition. Then you would go into like GoDaddy and buy a domain name for this landing page, right? Again, whatever you're calling it, buy that domain name and have it pointed to that particular landing page, right? We need a way to collect data. We need a way to get someone to type in their information so you know that, hey, I'm now serving this client. This client has this problem. They've come to my page. They're putting in their contact information. This is how we get organic leads, right? Once you do that, right, we want to create an intro video for the landing page. And in that intro video, right, you talk about the problem that a client has, then you talk about the solution that you have. And again, selling them on the idea that they need this solution to fill in their information, right? I would go further and create a QR code for all your printing material that would send them to this landing page, real key. Then what you may want to consider is creating a 5 to 10 minute video that you go into extreme detail of the pain and anguish of what the client's going through, and then the solution you have. And I would put that video onto YouTube. And of course, in the description of that video would send you to the landing page, right? Then what you may want to do is perhaps create a blog from the transcription of that particular video. Email it to your clients. Put it on your website. Again, we're repurposing this, right, folks? Then you could do is rip the audio from that 5 to 10 minute YouTube video, and now you have a podcast. Like, it's brilliant. It just keeps going. It doesn't stop, right? Now you got a podcast for this video. And then what I would do is take snippets out of that video. Maybe create a 1 minute, 30-second, and a 7-second video, where you can then multi-purpose that on social media. So this unique selling proposition now becomes a great content that you could put out there. It becomes a great marketing tool for you, right? And of course, the last step, number 7, is figure out where these clients hang out on social media. What Facebook group pages are they on? What are they doing? And then connect with them, right? I would add a link to this landing page on your Linktree account, right? I would put it on social media, networking groups, any sort of kid activity groups, whatever you're facing, social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, right? You put it on print advertising, create a banner for this and use it online marketing as a CTA. Now that's just one unique selling proposition with so much potential. But don't stop there, folks, right? Do it for all your ideal clients. Do it for sellers, do it for buyers, mover-uppers, first-time home sellers, whatever it may be, investors, whoever your ideal clients is. There's nothing saying that you need to have only one unique selling proposition. No one said in the world that you can only have one elevator pitch. No. Do this for all the clients that you feel that you want to collect. Be buyers or sellers, what are their problems? How's the solution? Give that solution life. Does that make sense? All right, so this is how you would work in getting your ideal client, multi-purposing all this, right? So that ultimately you're helping more people that are like-minded, that are your tribe, right? That's what we want. Work with people that you want to work with. All right, does anyone have any questions, concerns, hallucinations? No, we're all good? All right, if that's the case, please unmute yourselves. I want to hear you, Moxie. I want to hear you. All right, loud and proud, baby. What day is today?
Money-making day.
Right, it's a money-making day. So who do you have to connect in your business to move the needle? You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Danny.